Hello, everyone. My name is Kristen Crockett, and I am a Deserve Level coach. And I wanted to share with you today one of the number one things that I hear from potential clients and I hear from my clients. And incidentally, I heard from myself in the very beginning as well. One of the biggest things that I hear, decisions that I hear, that people just hold on to this thing like it is the truth, no matter what, is I don't have time. I don't have time for me. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to do that. All sorts of reasons that create an impossible obstacle for people that really, really lower their deserve level. This decision, I don't have time, lowers deserve level quite a bit. So one of the things that I've been coached on as a mom of triplets and in corporate sales for 20 years and a coach in training and all of those things. I mean, I was also in, coaching leadership seminars, things like that. I really had a tough time, right? I had a tough time with time. It felt like you wake up in the morning and like me, I was on a program to lose weight. So I'd have to fit in all of these different things before I would even walk out the door to drop the triplets off at daycare and then go to work and be at work till about 5:30 and then come back home, do my work. I would also be cold calling out to clients or potential prospects in order to get business for coaching, because one of the biggest things that I was coached on is it's really going to hurt if you just go and quit your current employment. What can happen is you're going to be you're going to need to write your own paycheck. So what I did for that first year of training was really incredible. And how I did it was I really had to get past the decision, I don't have time. I don't have time. I didn't have an option to look at that like it was the truth. I didn't have an option to let it get in the way of what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to transition my career as fast as possible. And if I let time get in my way, there was no way that I was going to be able to succeed. And it was going to be really, really sad. So one day I remember specifically I had a coaching session, and a lot of the way we look at time, especially in deserve level, is that it is such a precious gift. And I know a lot of other coaches too look at it this way too, but it's like this precious gift, this incredible resource that we all have, more valuable, even like Jim Jerome says, even more valuable than money, because you can't get it back. It's the only time that you have to create and to take action. And if you don't know how to effectively manage your time, then you don't get what you want. You don't take the actions. You don't take enough actions to get what you want. So I remember specifically a coaching session where my coach, Ed Bulkey, said to me, he said, instead of effectively managing your time, have you ever considered mastering it? What if you learned how to master your time? What if you learned how to manipulate it and create time? What if you learned how to strategically play with it, change it, morph it, create it, bend it, all those things? What if you got to that level? Then what would be possible for you? And I remember, like many of the times, the first time I hear something going, oh, oh, I could become a master at it. I've been struggling with it for a very long time and now I can master it. That seems likely. But one thing I learned about raising my deserve level is the first time I hear something, the more unlikely it sounds, the more exciting it got. Because if I could become a master of my time, if I could manipulate my schedule, if I could bend time, if I was stuck in traffic and I needed to be somewhere and it would just magically disappear and I could get there, what was possible? What was possible? Now, I haven't mastered the traffic trick yet. I'm working on it, and I will let you know and make sure to post an updated video when I've mastered moving traffic out of my way to get to a place on time. So far, I think the best solution is to allow for plenty of time and have things to do in the car that help get you to where you want to go, but are mobile friendly, like listening to audio books on tape and stuff like that. Or listening to audio books on Audible and listening to YouTube videos and things like that. So, but deciding to go from I don't have any time to go from that to I am a master of time was really exciting. It started getting me thinking, man, you know what? I'm in manufacturing. You know, I was selling computers, and so a lot of what we did was building these big computers and servers, and the way that they had to break down the boxes to get the garbage out. Everything had a system to it. Everything had a system to it. Everything. So I'm like, well, I would think that the first step, if I'm a master of time, I think the first step for me is to become really, really operationally talented. I remembered being in contest play, and I remembered how it's a half-hour play, and you only have so long to set up the play, break it down, or you have like an hour or something, and you only have so long to set it up and break it down, and everything had numbers on it, and the way that people would put it and align it on the stage and how we would set things up, you know, it was very specific. Everything had a place. Everything had a home. So I started doing things like, okay, I've got triplets. I have a sock issue. I'm going to buy all the same socks. I'm going to have spare socks, 2 sets of spare socks in my closet in a secret hiding spot that only I know about. So when the inevitability happens that one kid can't find their socks that I gave them and they already lost them, that I had a spare that I could give them as we were walking out the door. So that was one thing. And then I would just start looking at my life. Where could I save time? Instead of saying I don't have time, what if I could strategically look at it and go, okay, well, where can I save time? So that's what I want to share with you today. Instead of learning how to manage your time, ask a bigger question. Ask, how do I become a master of it? Start asking yourself, how can I operationally set up my life so that I can make the most use of every second that I get? Because every second that I get, once it's gone, it's gone. I don't get it back. It's kind of exciting because that means that I can reinvent myself every single second of the day. But it's also scary because if I don't get what I want in this life, if I don't live the life of my dreams now, I never will. So the bottom line here is, don't just accept I don't have time. You have the same 24 hours as everybody else. You have the same opportunity as everybody else. Don't waste it with that decision. Instead, let it be a cue to open up a door to a bigger picture, a bigger possibility that you can master it. And when you think about what mastering would look like to you, imagine how much time you could save and celebrate every single second you get back. All right. I'm Kristen Crockett. It was lovely talking to you today, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a good one.